Alright, Dodgers Nation, hold on to your rally caps because this is the seismic shockwave that's about to rock the baseball universe. We're talking a trade that feels like a covert operation straight out of a spy thriller. The Dodgers shipping Esteury Ruiz to the Miami Marlins for an 18-year-old pitching prospect named Adriano Marto, a kid who's barely out of high school and might not even throw a pitch in the majors for half a decade. But here's the gut punch. That move just detonated a 40-man roster spot, and the whispers are deafening. This is the Dodgers' Trojan horse to lure Kyle Tucker into Chavez Ravine. Fans are rioting in the comments, front offices are in full panic mode, and the entire league is bracing for a power shift that could redefine dominance. Is this Andrew Friedman's master plan to manipulate free agency, or the spark that ignites a full-blown war? Stick around because if Tucker signs, the Dodgers aren't just winning, they're rewriting the rules of the game. Let's tear this apart step by step and expose the conspiracy. Let's break this down, folks. What just went down is pure, unadulterated Dodgers chaos, and the public's reaction? It's off the charts, like a volcano erupting in the offseason. The Dodgers trade Esteury Ruiz, their versatile utility infielder who's been a playoff staple, to the Marlins for this enigmatic 18-year-old right-hander, Adriano Marto. On the surface, it's a low-stakes swap. Ruiz was a depth piece and Marto represents future potential. But why now, at the tail end of 2025, with the World Baseball Classic and spring training looming? The outrage is palpable. Social media is a battlefield. Fans are flooding Twitter with hashtags like #DodgersConspiracy and #TuckerTradeBomb, accusing LA of sneaky roster engineering. Media outlets are spinning wild theories. Is this the setup for a blockbuster? ESPN analysts are calling it a calculated risk, while rival bloggers are screaming unfair advantage. The shock? It's not just about the trade, it's the timing. With free agency heating up and labor talks brewing, this feels like the Dodgers planting a flag in enemy territory. People are furious because it screams manipulation, clearing space for a superstar while everyone else scrambles. Imagine the fallout. If Tucker lands, the Dodgers dynasty accelerates, leaving teams like the Astros and Yankees in the dust. Here's the crazy part. What if this is just the beginning of a chain reaction? Drop your thoughts. Is this trade genius or dirty pool? Digging into the players and teams here, it's like peeling back layers of a mystery novel. Esteury Ruiz? He's been the Dodgers' unsung hero, a utility wizard who can play infield, hit for contact, and deliver in clutch moments. Born in the Dominican, he's got that Latin flair with a .270 average in spot duty and key hits in the playoffs. Traded to Miami for Adriano Marto, an 18-year-old Venezuelan phenom with raw arm talent but zero pro experience. Scouts rave about his electric stuff, but he's a total unknown. Could he be the next Garrett Cole or just another bust? The Marlins? They're rebuilding on a shoestring, always trading for prospects to flip later. Now Kyle Tucker, the 29-year-old outfield assassin, born in Tampa, Florida, drafted by the Astros in 2015. He's the complete package, power, speed, defense, but his Cubs stint was a disaster. Back-to-back 30 HR seasons in 21 and 22, 32 and 30 respectively, nearly a third with 29 and 23. Last year? Limited to 136 games due to a hairline fracture in his right hand, suffered in June, and a strained calf, August, yet he still mashed 25 hours, 25 doubles, drove in 79 and stole 9 bases. His fallout with the Cubs? Explosive, he demanded more rehab time post-injury, but Chicago pushed him back too soon, leading to a public spat. Now Tucker's a free agent, Cubs' door slammed shut, and he's the biggest fish in the pond. The Dodgers? 9-time World Series champs, led by Andrew Friedman and Dave Roberts, gunning for a historic three-peat in 26. They've got stars like Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Ohtani, but Tucker's the missing offensive juggernaut. And don't overlook Kirby Yates. The 37-year-old closer just bolted to the Angels on a one-year, $8 million deal after a nightmare with LA. 50 games, 4-3 record, 3 saves, 5.23 ERA, and 3 separate 15-day IL stints for shoulder and elbow issues. The Dodgers countered by inking Edwin Diaz to a 2-year, $16 million pact as the primary closer, leaving Tanner Scott, their $72 million lefty, in a precarious spot. Scott's been a disaster. 4.22 ERA, 1.45 whip, blown saves galore. This background sets the stage for drama. Every move feels loaded with intent. Here's where it gets conspiratorial, my friends. Is this Ruiz trade a smokescreen for something sinister? Let's connect the dots. By trading Ruiz, the Dodgers aren't just freeing up a roster spot. They're sending a signal to Kyle Tucker and his agent. We've got room for you and we're not playing games. But why the cloak and dagger approach? Insider whispers suggest Andrew Friedman is a puppet master, manipulating the free agent market to avoid overpaying. Tucker's demanding $400 million over 10 years, absurd, right? The Dodgers could counter with a short-term deal, 3 to 4 years at $45 million AAV, with opt-outs after year 1, 2, and 3. This way they lock him in before the post-2026 labor uncertainty, a potential lockout that could freeze free agency. Is Tucker being dangled as bait to force teams like Toronto or the Yankees into bidding wars, inflating prices and weakening rivals? And what about the Dodgers' history? They've always been one step ahead, trading for depth while others hoard stars. This smells like league-wide sabotage, engineering a Tucker takeover to dominate before the rules change. Rhetorical question. If the Dodgers wanted Tucker, why not just sign him outright? Because this trade is the chess move that forces his hand. Fans are whispering conspiracy, because it feels too perfect, clearing space, timing it with Yates' departure, and positioning Diaz as the closer to cover Scott's weaknesses. Is this the Dodgers building an empire or just smart business? You tell me, what hidden motives do you see? Let's compare this to past Dodgers maneuvers and league patterns. It's like history repeating itself, but with higher stakes. Remember the 2018 Betts trade? Dodgers shipped prospects for a superstar, flipping the script overnight. This Ruiz swap echoes that, sacrificing a reliable piece for long-term ammo just like they did with Jock Peterson in the Freeman deal. Tucker's saga? It's reminiscent of Shohei Ohtani's free agency circus. Teams overbidding, injuries complicating narratives. Compared to other free agents, Tucker's the alpha predator. Byron Buxton of the Guardians? He's got speed, 30-plus SB potential, and power, 25 HR upside, but injury history, knee issues, makes him riskier. Stephen Kwan? Gold glove outfielder with .300-plus contact, but no power punch. Tucker's the unicorn, elite defense, consistent production. And the Yates move to the Angels? Straight out of the Dodgers' old playbook, like trading Kenley Jansen for prospects. But here's the outrage. It mirrors how the Dodgers always win the offseason, leaving rivals like the Phillies, who just signed Dallas Keuchel, Waite Garcia? For depth, scrambling. People are furious because it feels like the league's rigged. Dodgers manipulate rosters while others play fair. If Tucker signs short-term, it's like the Padres' Soto gamble, high AAV for security. Comparisons don't lie, this is Dodgers dominance reloaded. Now the meat of the matter, roster implications, and oh boy, the tension is building. With Ruiz gone, that 40-man spot is a golden ticket. Kyle Tucker slots in perfectly. He anchors right field, shifting Teoscar Hernandez to left, and pairing with Andy Pages in center. Boom, envision a 100 HR outfield. Tucker, 30+. Teoscar, 25 to 30. Pages, 20 to 25 in year 3, with his .250 AVG in 15 hours last year hinting at breakout. Depth chart? Tucker's elite defense, gold glove caliber, plugs holes but salary dynamics shift. Dodgers avoid mega deals, focusing on flexibility. Tucker's short-term pact frees cap space for extensions like Ohtani's. For Kon Kim? He's blocked. The Korean utility can play 2B SS, 3B, but Dave Roberts hasn't trusted him since spring 25, citing game speed issues. With Tommy Edman, $8 million at 2B versatile, Pages in CF and Max Muncy at 3B, Kim's relegated to pinch duties. Mickey Rojas? He covers infield, but Kim's pop, 10 HR potential, makes him valuable. Tanner Scott? That $72 million albatross, 3 years left, but Dodgers can redeploy him as a 6th-7th inning lefty specialist, using his splitter against righties. Edwin Diaz is closer? A monster upgrade, but Scott's future? Position him to succeed or eat the contract. Development concerns? Marto might flop, command issues, but Tucker's proven, injuries are the wild card. This trade imbalances everything. LA's lineup becomes unstoppable, rivals like the Cubs, now thin and suffer. Salary cap? Dodgers stay under $300 million, but Tucker's AAV could hit $40 million plus, straining budgets. The big question, does this create a logjam or perfect harmony? Time for the nitty-gritty scouting report. Let's dissect these talents like a surgeon. Kyle Tucker, strengths? Explosive power, 30+ HRs, 100+ RBI potential, plus defense and RF, strong arm, quick reads, and solid contact, .280 AVG with 20+ SB upside. Weaknesses? Injury vulnerability, that calf strain and hand fracture are red flags. He's played 140-plus games only twice in his career. Projections? In a healthy 26-28 hours, 95 RBIs, 5 WAR. He's a top 5 outfielder. Stats deep dive. 2021 to 30 HR, 92 RBI. 2022 to 30 HR, 98 RBI. 2023 to 29 HR, 112 RBI. 2024 to 25 HR, 79 RBI in 136 games. Adriano Mardo? Raw gem, 92 to 96 FB, nasty slider, 80 to 85, but command is a work in progress, walks per 9/4 in showcases. Projections: could be a number 3 starter in 5 years, 3.50 ERA, 200 IP, or bust if mechanics falter. Yates to Angels? Veteran presence, 300-plus career saves, but health is the Achilles heel, 5.23 ERA, 1.38 WHIP last year. Diaz? Electric, 40 saves, 2.50 ERA potential, but Dodgers need him durable. Scott? Left-handed assassin with a splitter, but ERA spiked to 4.22. Repositioned, he could be a 2.80 ERA setup man. The intrigue: Tucker's opt-outs add leverage. If he struggles, he bolts. Fans, what's your scouting take? Is Tucker worth the risk? Oh, the league is in meltdown mode, folks. Rival teams and fans are losing their collective minds. Astros fans are bitter, tweeting, "Tucker belongs here." Cubs execs? Scrambling after the fallout, with Theo Epstein reportedly regretting the rehab push. Media frenzy: ESPN's Pedro Martinez calls it, Dodgers stacking the deck, while Yahoo's Jeff Passan speculates, Tucker to LA inevitable. Yankees brass? Panicking, they need outfield help, but Tucker's price tag? Too steep. Toronto's lurking with a rumored 7 to 9 year, $350 million offer, but insiders say they're waiting to avoid bidding wars. Phillies? Just added Garcia for bullpen depth, so Tucker's off the table. Diamondbacks? My sources whisper they're splashing. Could they steal him with a 6-year deal? White Sox are interested, but payroll cuts limit them. Padres? Slashing to rebuild, no room. Angels with Yates? A win, but fans mock Dodgers cast-off. The outrage? Social media's a war zone, hashtag Dodgers cheating trends, with fans from rival cities flooding comments. This is why LA always wins. Executives are furious, calling it unfair manipulation. If Tucker signs, it tips the balance. AL/NL supremacy shifts, smaller teams suffer. What do you think? Which team steals Tucker? Zooming out, this trade's implications are colossal, for the season, free agency, and the league's soul. If Tucker inks with LA, the Dodgers are 26 three-peat locks. 105 wins, crushing the playoffs. But if he holds out, it sparks inflation. Buxton and Quan prices skyrocket, hurting mid-tier teams. Competitive imbalance? Massive. LA's payroll edge widens while Cubs/Angels rebuild. Post-2026 lockout? Short deals like Tucker's become the norm, favoring big spenders. Conspiracy theory: Dodgers are engineering a dynasty, manipulating rosters to dominate labor talks. For fans? Excitement but outrage over inequality. The stakes? Baseball's future hangs in the balance. Will this trade ignite reform, or cement LA's reign? Rhetorical bomb: is Tucker the key to eternal Dodgers glory? So there you have it, Dodgers Nation. A trade that's a conspiracy waiting to explode, with Kyle Tucker as the ultimate wildcard. Is this the Dodgers' genius play, or a league-shaking scandal? What do you think? Tucker in blue for a short-term smash, or Toronto's long haul? Drop your fiery takes in the comments. Dodgers win again? Or, Tucker's a bust waiting to happen? Like, subscribe, smash that bell. Let's blow up the algorithm. Share with your squad, tag a rival fan, and debate. Conspiracy confirmed? Stay tuned for more bombshells, because 2026 is Dodgers country. What's your verdict? Hit me up below.